Angelina Jolie recently shared an emotional moment close to her heart from her visit to Otter, Chad, where she met with refugees who fled the ongoing conflict in Sudan. The 49-year-old actress and activist took to Instagram to reflect on her experience and to urge the international community to step up its support for the millions affected by the devastating crisis. In a heartfelt plea, Angelina highlighted the urgency of the situation, calling on world leaders to increase humanitarian aid as the United Nations held its 2024 General Assembly in New York. "The people I've listened to have endured unspeakable violence and have lost everything," Angelina shared. "The support from local responders here has been a lifeline for refugees who have otherwise been forgotten by the world." Her words carry the weight of years of advocacy, as Angelina continues to use her platform to bring attention to those in need. The conflict in Sudan, which began in 2023, has forced over 10 million people to flee their homes, with many crossing into neighboring Chad in search of safety. In her emotional statement, Angelina implored world leaders not to turn a blind eye to the suffering of these refugees. "It is incredible to see what they have been able to achieve and the lives they have managed to save, and all the time world leaders have stood silent or turned the other way." Angelina's connection to humanitarian work is deeply personal, having worked with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, from 2001 to 2022. In her Instagram post, she drew attention to the staggering statistics: over 2 million people have fled Sudan to neighboring countries, while more than 25.6 million are facing acute hunger. With the situation worsening, Jolie emphasized the importance of swift action. "Every hour matters as lives are at stake," she wrote, urging the global community to move beyond conversation and towards concrete decisions that could save lives. During her visit, Angelina commended the volunteer groups working on the ground in Chad, praising their dedication in the face of immense challenges. "The efforts of such groups have been incredible, they have done so much and with so little," she wrote. However, she made it clear that these volunteers cannot handle the crisis alone, calling for greater international funding and support. "They cannot respond to the vast scale of this crisis without proper international support and funding," Angelina stressed. "I urge governments to help ensure that these volunteers receive the funding, protection, and international solidarity that they need." This visit is just the latest chapter in Angelina's long history of humanitarian work. Over the years, she has visited numerous conflict zones and refugee camps, always with a focus on listening to the stories of those affected and advocating for their needs. Her Instagram post from Chad is a continuation of her lifelong commitment to amplifying the voices of the displaced and the forgotten. Without blood, Angelina shared how her humanitarian experiences have shaped her perspective. The film, starring Salma Hayek Pinault, explores the themes of loss and revenge in the context of armed conflict. "I've never had to experience war or lose somebody through armed conflict. But I have people I care very deeply about who have," Angelina reflected. "I've seen people who have nothing give everything. And I've seen people who have everything do nothing." Her words echo the sense of urgency and empathy she carries with her in her humanitarian work. Throughout her career, Angelina has been a powerful advocate for those affected by war, displacement, and human rights abuses, using her global platform to demand action where it's most needed. Beyond her professional achievements and advocacy, Angelina's role as a mother is central to her life. In a candid interview with CR Fashion Book, she opened up about the lessons her 6 children, Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, Knox, and Vivian, have taught her. While acknowledging that there are too many to count or name just one, she shared one profound insight: the moment you become a parent, you are never first again. Your life is for another. It's a beautiful feeling.